Hey guys, Gaming Guys are here. Welcome to the very first episode of real gaming episode of World Tanks and the real very first serious gaming video on the channel. I'm happy to introduce my very first series. It's going to be called How the Muppets Play It. It's going to be based on World Tanks, obviously, and basically how the series is going to go is I'm going to show you an extreme result of a tank, and then I'm going to show you an average game as an average player such as myself would have. Now, full disclosure, both of these games are from the World Tanks Free Play website simply because my internet is being really funky today and I was not able to really play the game in any effective measure at all. So instead of embarrassing myself, I just decided that I would pull this off WoT Replay website. Okay, so let's go ahead and follow him. Today we are featuring Bork Bayurches. I'm Bakbeat. Wow, okay. You have a hell of a name for yourself. We're just going to call him Bach. Bach is rolling out in the Object 277 on Paris, and he's got himself a pretty good matchup as top tier, and he's already put himself into a very good hull down position. The Object 277 doesn't boast very good hull armor, but you know, he'll show us later in the video how to be sure to use that. Now, as you can see already, he is quite effectively using the good turret armor and the actually decent accuracy that is on this tank, especially for a Russian heavy tank. He's going to show us the exploiting some close-up weak points, and he's going to show us how to use that armor, how to be confident with your shots, and that was a hell of a lucky shot. Let's just let's go back there a little bit. Let's go back there a little bit, and see, he's gonna ricochet that shot, if I'm not mistaken, off the T-30, and it hits the 48 patent. That's pretty cool. You don't really see that every day. That's pretty cool though. So, as you can tell, he likes to take his camera everywhere. His camera goes everywhere, and I'm personally a person that does that too. He does this because I like what he's doing. He's very observant of his surroundings. He wants to know what his teammates are doing. He wants to know what's in his field of view. He seems to be very aware of his surroundings, and he's obviously a good player. But there is one thing. Why the fuck are you using the name mod? It stuff angers me. I understand it's in the game. He could use it if he wants, but Wargaming, why? It enhances the gaming experience. No, it doesn't. It just gives people like him an obvious advantage where he can better aim at the weak points on enemy vehicles, which that's a topic for another day. So far though, the game's a pretty slow start, but a lot of times people make a mistake where they want to be super aggressive, they want the games to end quick, where they want to get into the next battle, they want to have like some heroic moment and they're looking for it, and they just get too aggressive, they push too hard. And he's pretty smart. He knows how to conserve his hit points, he knows how to wait for the right moments. And I really like his confidence in the 277's gun. As you can see, he's snapshotting people. T-30 is really regretting his life right now, I'm sure. I'm not sure what this Chrysler thinks he's doing, especially over angling against the 277. But he's, as you can see, he's pretty confident in the 277's armor. It's hit point pool. He's putting his tank out there now into an aggressive position now that he knows that he has the T-30 pinned. He wants to wipe out its support, which is Material Chrysler. And now the T-30 is isolated. The big threat is isolated. Now, we're about to see something that, that interests me. So, don't aim. No, just, come on. There we go. So why not? Right? We'll just go through the front turret of a T-30. Russia! So, anyway, now he realizes I'm not ready to push up yet because we don't really know, one, if the enemy has gotten more reinforcements down here, and two, we don't know if the 277 is going to fall back and probably win the brawl if it's just 1v1, especially with the Renegade there supporting him. Oh, come on, come on, get the Renegade, let's get him, there you go. 525! I've been noticing all game, and I got some notes here. I've been noticing all game that he's been consistently rolling for well over 500, and to note, the alpha of the 277 is 490, and I think I've seen him roll once below 500. Weird how that works, I know. Anyway, so now let's just sit here, wait for the Muppets to peak. This 277 player, I think he forgot that he's in a tier 10 match, and forgot, I don't know. He's kind of just given up all hope of angling his armor there, I suppose. Whatever. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? Well, the 277 is busy, and personally right now, if it were me, I'd be playing very aggressively against that Tiger 2. I have a lot of confidence in my 277's gun, so this is the point where I would be really pushing Tiger 2, getting out there, snapping the Tiger 2, snap! There we go, we don't need to aim. That's better. Russian tank shooting at a German tank. What do you expect, right? All right, so okay, just take out the yet again over angle side of the 277. Player doesn't seem to be too confident. So I mean, at this point, the game's probably a victory. And he's going to use the 277's speed and mobility to get up into position, apply the pressure on the Grillet and the UDES, and hopefully his teammates are going to come and support him, which 704 is sitting there still. I'm not sure why he would continue sitting there, but you know, he could be there if he wants to be there. It's a nice bush. Okay, so he is at half hit points now, and he's definitely within a 2-shot for the Grillet. If the UDES and the Grillet really want to, they can mess him up. And if I were in their position, that would be my goal. I would have the Grillet has the hit point pool. He has the ability to use the hit points. If I were him, I would just push with the UDES, take him out. But obviously, they don't know where the other 4 of his teammates are. So I think they're just trying to play the safe game. But then again, letting the 277 as a Grillet, letting the 277 get into a position like he's in now. Ooh. Who knows where that shot went, right? It was an armor-piercing shell. There's no reason it shouldn't have just went straight through the track wheel and got him. But you know, Russia. Okay, so at this point, he is a possible high roll for the Grille, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. He's Grille is doomed to lose here. I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist. I believe in the dollars per minute algorithm that has been going around in the World of Tanks community lately. And pretty much no matter what the Grille and the UDES do at this point, it's over. Especially with the full health Jagdpanzer E100 pretty much. Game's over. They're going to low roll their shots if they manage to hit any. And you know, I'm just gonna end the replay here, but you know, spoiler: UDES ends up dying, the Jagdpanzer ends up killing him, and game's over. So that is the 277 on a pretty good game. Yes, he had 6,000 damage, 2.1k blocked, 5 kills. He did a great job of putting himself into good positions, and then knowing when to be passive and knowing when to be aggressive. All in all, I think Bach, I might fucking name. Bach is he's a good player. He knows what he's doing, and GG to you, man. Good job, and I'll see you guys in the next replay. Alright guys, welcome back to the second part of the video. Alright, this time we are watching Sergener 1 and his Object 277. Alright. This is a... Alright, so this time, granted, he doesn't have the matchup that our friend Bach had, but that is not. Tier 8 matchups and your Object 277 are not the reality of playing the Object 277. They don't happen very often. And I guess Sir Genger is look at the wall. Alright. Oh, he's back. Alright, look at this. Snap! Ooh. Should've just loaded the armor piercing. Not sure why he started out with HE. Not sure what he was trying to do, but oh, that shot did not work. So, you know, obviously 277 is capable of snapping shots, not because it has good gun handling. As you can see, the aiming circle was absolutely massive there on paper, and in most games, this is what you're going to see in the 277. You're going to see a massive aiming circle. You're going to see your shots going all over the screen, as they should. And this is an example of what it's really like to play the 277. And the reason why I'm doing this, the reason why I make the second parts to these videos, and show you what it's like for the average schmo, for the Muppets to play, is because I don't want people to come into the game thinking, I want to bust out my 277 now. I want to go out there, I want to snapshot people left and right. I want to get in the tier 8 matchup, and I want to do 6,000 damage. That was actually a very well, carefully aimed shot, and it hit. And that right there is usually the reality of World of Tanks. And anyway, so I don't want people to think that they're just going to be able to do what people are doing in these extreme replays, because it's just not the reality World of Tanks. It's not the world of tanks. So, so far we're having a pretty slow game. We're trying to snap some shots, and it just they aren't connecting. And it's got to be very frustrating for him. I'm sure it is. Did he have a good game before this, where he was snapping shots and they were hitting? I don't know. Probably why he's so cocky and slinging the lead out there, willy nilly. All right. Let's see where this goes. I only have so much to talk about, guys. Okay, what do you want me to say? I mean, I can. I do have my notes here. I can talk about the dispersion of the vehicle. It is .36. That's bad. It's pretty poor gun handling at tier 10. But, you know, despite that being what's on paper, the 277, more often than not, tends to have its shells flying. Or not really more often than not, but quite often tends to have its shells flying in the center of the reticle almost every time. They seem to follow targets. It's weird how it works. Alright. So just finish off the enemy here. So just because dispersion values are bad doesn't mean this thing doesn't manage to hit its shots like all of the time. But for the most part, this is what you're going to experience. It's frustrating. I'm back up. Ooh. Foch speed. That is a tank destroyer line that I want to go down so bad. We had to take away my Waffe Träger E100 because that was too much fun. It was German. It's overpowered. So we added in a French auto-loading tank destroyer line that has armor this time and goes faster and better concealment. Shoots quicker. So why not? It is what it is, though. We can only do so much. Well, it takes World Tanks, and ultimately, Wargaming still cut profits. Why would they change it? Alright, so let's just get ourselves a nice, carefully aimed shot. Bam, right in the cupola. There we go. That's better. We're aiming our shots here. He has burnt his ammo quite extensively. I'm sure he's gonna be down some credits probably by the end of this game. If he doesn't have a premium account, for sure he will. And then also something else I should point out is he's only blocked 400 damage so far, and he's lost about half of his hit points. This isn't because he's not necessarily angling his armor correctly. He's not angling correctly or incorrectly, I would say. While the 277 does have decent armor, and it does manage to bounce a lot of shots, like right there with the Batchat 25T, it has its limits. And for the most part, you're going to find yourself getting very frustrated because your hull just decides that it's not going to hold up today. That shells are just going to be going through you like butter. So does he look at his patent? I don't Or to see what else he does. But this is the reality of the 277's armor too. You can't rely on it too much. The 277, where I have the confidence, is in my turret armor and in my gun, as stated in the previous game. My hull armor, when I'm in tier 10 matches, I don't trust my hull armor one bit. But despite his bad RNG with the snapshots this game, things are kind of improving. The enemy team's losing. So, oh! Snap? Question mark? Well, can't shoot the rock. Rock will stop even Russian heat shells. It will stop those even. So, spoiler alert, they end up winning the game. He comes out with 3k damage, 1.1k blocked, and 4 kills. Nothing else really happens as far as him, other than he loses a few more hit points, but he does end up making it out of the battle alive. So, now let's go ahead and check out the post-game stats for both these players, and I'll see you guys over there. Alright, so first off, we're going to take a look at our first feature, who was Bakbiertjez. And from the 252 EU clan. I'm assuming he's an EU player. So, you know, he got himself a mastery badge, first class, pretty good. Steel wall, high caliber. He did pretty good on blocking a good amount of damage. And to no surprise, he's top on his team. 1.1 thousand base XP earned. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good doing. And we'll go into detailed report and yeah. 277 doesn't, even if you aren't slinging gold rounds, isn't much of one for making too much of a profit, as you can see. But nonetheless, you managed to cut a profit. So now let's go ahead and head over to Surgener 1. Oh, these names make me look very American, I'm sure. So even with a pretty average game, he still managed to come out with a Mastery Badge second class. Personally, I would have considered that an average game in my 277. But the 277 is a pretty popular tank, so if you need to do missions for anything and you need to get ace tanker badges or any type of mastery class badge for your Soviet tanks or for a heavy tank, the 277 is actually one of those good tanks to do it in. Because yes, a lot of good players play it, and good players tend to play it effectively, but because it's such a popular tank, a lot of bad players also play it. And the standards for getting mastery badges aren't insanely high. And you know, the average player can achieve them because the tank is a good tank when used properly and when RNG does happen to be on your side too. So let's see, 8,853 experience that game. Alright, that's good, that's good. So top on his team, he did end up, I think, no, he was a top on damage, but he did do good at being positioned well on the battlefield, knowing where he needed to be, and I think overall he did the best he could in his situation with the resources that he had available to him. The RNG just wasn't there for him, and that's just how most games go. And he ended up cutting a profit because he does have a premium account, and he didn't sling gold. Neither did our last contestant. I don't know what he'd be contesting for. Neither did our last feature, Bach. He did not sling gold either, but just to show you, premium accounts help. Premium accounts will get you a lot of credits, and frankly, I think it's worth the investment because tanks like this don't make a lot of credits, but they're fun to play. And so yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the first video. Be sure to like, subscribe. Hearts of Iron video should be coming out probably tomorrow. If I don't feature the Hearts of Iron video tomorrow, then there definitely will be another World of Tanks video being how do the Muppets play? Or how the Muppets play. How the Muppets play. It's episode 1. Give me a break. I'm tired. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Like, subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.